Hey guys, it's your local monotone cryptid Terra Terrific back again, gracing you with another video you did not ask for. I figured after my regularly scheduled 1 to 2 month hiatus, I should come back and do something. So I am here. We're gonna do something a little different this time around. I'm gonna try to have a key focus on this video as I ramble. Like, we're still gonna ramble, but it'll be controlled rambling. So maybe it'll be a little more palatable. Anyway, hi. If you're new here, my name's Tara. I draw. I have a webtoon called 234. It's on hiatus. I like OCs. I make a lot of OCs. I normally just draw and talk about them in videos, but today I'm going to draw and talk about something more tangible, I guess. I don't know. Is it tangible? I don't know. I'm not going to talk about the OCs today. Or I might. I don't know. Look, listen. If you saw the thumbnail of the video, you know that there's kind of a topic we're going to be discussing today. And that topic is literally just drawing in itself. Being a creator online can be kind of stressful, especially if you do it for a living. And I guess I'm just going to kind of ramble about what I've been going through lately and kind of what's been, in a way, helping me deal with it. And maybe there's somebody else out there dealing with something similar, and maybe this will help them too. Or maybe not. You can let me know in the comments whether or not this was helpful or a waste of your time. A little quick background about me for those who may not know is I've been drawing for like a hot minute. Since elementary school, it has been my thing, and it started becoming what I did for a living around the end of high school. I've always loved doing it, and I still love doing it, but since it has become like my full-fledged career in a way, it has brought with it a special type of stress that I can't really describe accurately, but I'm going to try anyway. The title of this video, or at least the thumbnail, should say something like just freaking draw, or just effing draw. I don't think you can say bad words in the YouTube thumbnail. I don't want to get in trouble. But I have been dealing with what I guess is on and off, on again, off again art block, where I just can't bring myself to do much of anything. I know I want to create something, but when I go to create something, I draw a blank. Or I have like these really short but powerful bursts of energy when I can get something out and get something done. But then that burst of energy is followed by like this long slump of nothingness. And I've been trying to get to the bottom of why that is. Aside from like personal life stuff that can't be controlled, I know there's some internal things going on in my head that have been preventing me from being as creative as I otherwise would be. And it's probably got something to do with this little thing I do a lot. Not just with art, but in my day-to-day life too. Nothing being overthinking. I overthink probably everything. I am always in my head. Rarely am I outside of it. I have been trying to practice mindfulness lately, where I just sort of exist in the present day, in the present time, in exactly what I'm doing without like thinking about the future or the past or things like that. And it's surprisingly difficult to do, to like just stay focused and exist in the present. But I can tell that it's something that I have been lacking. If you're an artist and you post online, like everyone knows that feeling, that fear, that sort of pit you get in your stomach right before you upload a picture. Will people like it? Will people see it? What will people think? Will they leave a comment? Will they leave a like? Will they reblog it, tweet it, whatever? Is my picture good enough? Is this the right thing? Am I doing this right? That's the $1,000,000 question. I know I would ask myself a lot. Am I doing this right? Is this what I'm supposed to be posting to be in my best interest? Is this correct? And it gets hard sometimes, I think, for some of us. I know there's probably some of y'all out there. I don't worry about what I post. I don't care. I don't think about it. I'll be straight. Congratulations, boo-boo. I'm so happy for you. You can hear it in my voice. Girl, slay. So proud of you. Go off, queen. Anyway, for the rest of us, it can be kind of but normally what you do is, even though you feel kind of icky inside, a little nervous, a little worried, you go ahead and you post it anyway. And sometimes things go well and sometimes they don't. But either way, you kind of get used to the disappointment or the encouragement, whatever it is. You typically persevere and deal with whatever you have to deal with posting the picture, right? Well, I have been in this situation lately where it's like I don't even I've lost that ability that, well, if it do, it do. If it don't, it don't. If it succeeds, it succeeds. If it don't, it don't. Who cares? It's fine. Maybe we'll get them in the next picture. Maybe the next picture will resonate with people. Maybe the next picture will be better. You know, that sort of thing. But I have recently found myself in a position where I don't even want to try. I don't even want to risk it. I don't even want to risk posting something and it underperforming, because I have this fear. I don't know when it got here, but I have it, this fear of wasting time. I hate the idea of wasting my time. And I think it's kind of rooted to personal life stuff, because in the past, and not that long ago, I'd say maybe 1 to 2 years ago, I had a lot more time to just draw and create things. I still have time, but it's I have less than what I did before, because I have more responsibilities in my personal life that I have to deal with. Okay, so it's the idea of wasting time is sometimes paralyzing for me, where it's oh my gosh, I want to draw this, but I don't want to waste my time if it's not going to be successful. I don't want to waste my time if it's not going to help my art reach new people. I don't want to waste my time if it's not going to potentially advance my career. And it's sis, you waste more time worrying about wasting time than you do actually creating. And I've been thinking about that a lot. And I'm trying to do better by just sort of adopting the little mindset that I put in the thumbnail. The just draw, just do it, just draw. Okay, you miss every shot you don't take, and no post gets less engagement than a post never published, honey. So it doesn't matter if the drawing is cool, or if you think it encapsulates everything people would want, or if it's something that's easily marketable. It's better. Anything you come up with is better than not posting at all. My last post to Instagram was in freaking February. It's May now. And it's you know how many short, simple things I could have made? Simple drawings, simple anythings I could have done. Same with YouTube. You know how long it's been since I posted a video? It's been 2 or 3 months. And you see what I'm doing now in this video. I didn't want to do a big picture that's fully colored and rendered, because I didn't feel like it. What I really wanted to do was sketch. I really like sketching. So I said, you know what? F it. We just gonna sketch a bunch because we like doing it. And we're gonna make it into a speed paint, and we're gonna talk over it, because it's better than nothing. And when we feel like doing a big fancy rendered piece, we can do that. It's totally normal to not be giving it 110% 24/7. That's not sustainable. At least not for me. I don't think that's sustainable for most people, but I could be wrong, different strokes for different folks, but it's like trying to practice mindfulness and also stop overthinking everything that I do and just make stuff. Every picture does not have to be a banger. Every video does not have to be a banger. Just exist. Something is better than nothing. You miss every shot you don't take. So I guess I could extend that to like anybody listening. If you're overthinking your art, oh, what if it's not good enough? What if it what if it doesn't get views? What if it was just do the best you can in the moment you are in the time you are in, and just keep going, okay? If you keep going, eventually you're gonna get where you're trying to be. I don't know anybody who grew their art account by never posting art. And if they grew it by not posting art, it's because they were posting something else. But they were posting. Do something, make something. Don't be scared like me. Because it's like, oh my gosh, what's the worst that could happen? I could post it and no one will like it. Okay. You're not gonna die. I don't know anybody who lives off of likes unless it's tied to your money. But you have to get a lot of likes on platforms initially for them to even let you turn your likes into money. So if you are in a position where you can get 0 likes, you're clearly not monetized or anything. I don't think so. I think you could just maybe calm down. Yeah. Just freaking draw, bro. If you're like me and you've been struggling with that sort of thing, overthinking, not wanting to have dud posts, not wanting to have flop posts, like just do it. You gotta stop being afraid to mess up. There was a TikTok I saw a while back. I wanted to put it up here, but I didn't want to like take somebody's stuff if they didn't want it used. But chick was literally like, you gotta stop being scared to F up. It's effing you up. It's effing you up. You being scared to F up is effing you up. You being afraid of flopping is making you flop. You being afraid of losing your audience is costing you your audience. Ironically, is that irony? I don't know what irony is. I didn't go to school. I did go to school, but I don't remember that. Anyway, you gotta, it's not that serious. Yes, I mean, as a person who does their art for a living, there is some seriousness to it, but it's not that serious. It's what I've been telling myself. It's not that serious. Okay. It's not like anything is better than nothing, because if you go a super long time without posting, you'll fall off anyway. It won't even matter if, okay, you finally came up with a post 15 years later and it's a banger. Well, bro, no, don't do that. So that's why you got me here just sketching, because it's better than nothing. And that little spill didn't take as long as I thought it was gonna take. So I guess I can talk to you about the art in a bit, as it kind of relates to this. One thing that has made art difficult for me lately, in addition to not wanting to waste time, I've also had this issue of just like being impatient. Like, I don't want to sit here and do these steps. I don't want to sit here and do all these meticulous things that I normally do to make the picture look how I think it should look. Like, if you watch previous Speedpaint, you know, something I like to do a lot is I'll use 3D models to help me draw things consistently. I use them almost exclusively in like my webcomic, because there's so many different angles you have to hit, and I be wanting things to be just right and to not have to sit there and have to figure out every single thing by sketching it out and roughing it out and roughing it out. But what had happened, and I didn't realize it until recently, is that I have since become like concerningly dependent on 3D models, to the point where I'm like afraid a lot of the time to draw things from scratch, because I'm afraid that I don't have the ability to draw them decently without a 3D model acting as the foundation. And initially that wasn't a problem, but over time I have kind of become impatient with like 3D models. Like I run into a problem where like I'll get the 3D model out, I'll pose it how I think it's supposed to be, and then I'll try to draw over it, and the drawing that I did over it looks bad. So then I toss it, and then I go back and I draw it from scratch, and I like the version I did from scratch better. So it's like, I still use 3D models and stuff all the time, but I've been trying recently to like sort of trust my own artistic ability more and just draw things outright more often instead of depending on 3D. And I mean, if you look back at that the last video I posted, I did like a mix of 3D and drawing stuff from scratch. But and I draw things from scratch not, you know, infrequently, but I guess with this new me practicing mindfulness and trying to be more self-aware of what I'm doing, I realize how a lot of ideas I have for drawings I just don't even mess with because I don't feel like getting a 3D model out. And it's like, well, sis, maybe you don't have to use that. Maybe draw it from scratch. It's okay if it's a little wonky. You see art all the time where the anatomy is a little wonky, but people still love it because it still reads clearly and the message is still there. You don't have to have perfect anatomy for a piece of art to be appealing. You don't need like a perfect understanding of perspective. You don't need to be able to draw clothing folds just right. I nitpick all these little things in my art. Mind you, I nitpick them and still get them wrong, but I nitpick all these little things in my art, and then I go look at other people's art who are posting and their stuff is performing well, and they're making things that I would consider, like they're doing, like they have things in their art that it's like, if it was in mine, I would be kicking myself in the head about, like, that's not right, that's wrong, that's not right. I should be able to do that better. But it's like, it's not even that serious. You're your own worst critic. I know artists are familiar with that saying, you're your own worst critic. So I'm trying to like do that less. Like, it's okay if the picture looks a little funky, as long as it's tolerable levels of funky. We aren't freaking Picasso. We are not Da Vinci or whoever. We don't freaking care. Like, or it's not that big of a deal, I should say. Just freaking draw. And the more you just freaking draw, the less of those mistakes you'll make over time. But you won't notice because you won't care, because you'll be too busy just freaking drawing, because that's what we need to be doing. That's the priority here. I have tons of little ideas in my head that I just don't execute out of fear of them not being done properly, or them not being the type of thing that will bring nice levels, or what I would consider to be rewarding levels of engagement. And then you have to wonder, like, why do we want so much engagement? What do we want why do we want more people? What do we want? Is it money? And it's like, well, yeah, well, how? How is more engagement going to get you more money? And it's like, more people who might want to commission me. And it's like, you have plenty of people willing to commission you already. Okay. Well, I might need more later because what if in the future so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. You know, I was talking earlier about, you know, me always thinking about the future or thinking about the past and never looking at like right now. And it's like, aren't you okay? And it's like, yeah. Don't you get enough commissions and work to get by? Yeah. So why are you freaking out about a future that ain't even got here yet? And it's like, well, you know, you supposed to. It's like, Ain't nothing wrong with thinking about the future and wanting to be kind of prepared, but you can't cross a bridge you ain't got to yet. So it's like you're just hurting yourself now for no reason. You're only given enough strength to deal with today. Okay. You're only given enough strength to deal with today. You can't try to take today's strength and use it on tomorrow. I apologize for, I ain't gonna say I'm apologize, but warning, I guess. I'm gonna get a little religious on you for a second. But like, yeah, in the Bible, it's like you're told, it says something like that, like God only gives you enough strength to deal with today, like just today, and he renews that strength every single day. So you can't take today's strength and try to do it and try to use it on tomorrow's problems, because you don't have enough. You might not have enough for tomorrow's problems, but if you wait for tomorrow to get here, then you'll have the strength to deal with that when it gets here. So it's like, that's what I'm trying to keep in my head. Like, okay, let's not worry about what our art career is going to look like in 10 years or in 5 years. Let's just look at what it's doing right now, okay? And do with that what we can. We have enough strength to deal with right now, and that's it. We're not going to think about all the way up the road, because all that's going to do is freak us out and stop us from doing anything, because we don't have enough strength to deal with that right now. We can keep it in the back of our head, but we shouldn't try to mess with it. At least that's how I'm choosing to look at it. Trying to be a little more calm, trying to be a little more mellow, because I think my stress has started to reach a point where it's like kind of affecting my health a little bit. I won't go into details about that either, but I had to go to the doctor a couple months ago, and a lot of the things that the problems I was having, the doc was like, "You've been stressed out? You worried about something?" It's like, "Oh, I'm worried about many things, but I'll spare you the details of those." But yeah, and it's like when I draw, I'm noticing that the only time, whenever I try to like intently create something that I think is gonna be super beneficial, something I think is gonna get views, or something I think is gonna satisfy followers or whatever, anytime I go out of my way to try to make something like that, it never works out. I can only create things when it's something that I want to make, or when the environment is chill around it. Like, I was only able to work on those sketches, the ones that you're seeing here, when I just threw my hands up and said, F it, I'm gonna just draw. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it looked like. I don't care if it makes sense. I don't care if it fits a theme or if it follows a vibe. We're just drawing, because it's better than not just drawing. It's better than laying in the bed watching Land Before Time and eating freaking donuts or whatever. Not donuts, eating freaking, what I be eating? I don't know what I be eating. Anyway, it's better than doing that. Laying around the house looking crazy, waiting for my grandpa to call me and ask me to help him with something. And it's only when I let go am I able to create things. Like, I've been getting into doing more with 3D lately. Like, I found out how to rig models and how to like animate them, and I've been like sort of messing around with 3D printing. And it's like, the reason those things probably appeal to me so much is because they're like basically totally disconnected from the art that I do regularly. It's still art, it's still my characters, but it's like nobody on Instagram or Bluesky or YouTube is looking for me to come out with like a 3D modeling video. No one is expecting me to post renders. No one is expecting me to post 3D prints. It's literally just something that I am doing. There are no expectations tied to it, and I can just create indiscriminately. And that's why those things sort of like I've been gravitating towards those things. And it's like, you can have that same attitude towards art. Your regular art is what I've been trying to tell myself. Like, just calm the freak down and just freaking draw. Just freaking draw, bro. Just draw. Gosh. Life is too short. Okay. And wrapping this video up in a nice little bow, or at least trying to. I want to give a special thanks to all my patrons who helped make this video possible. 2 top tier patrons up there in the Dominion tier. We have Mr. Delirious Panda and is it Jansine or Gansine? I'm sorry. Thank you. And thank you to all my other patrons too. If you're interested in becoming a patron, you want to support me and help me overthink less, consider becoming one. I do post whips, you get commission opening opportunities, you can share your art, talk about OCs, I sell adoptables, I share my brushes, Discord server, all sorts of stuff you can look at in detail. And also I'll shout you out at the end of the video if you're in the upper tier, where you get to see your name fly by up here. Link will be in the description. Also, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, or if you didn't enjoy the video, tell me how much you dislike me and you want to put me in the trash can. Feed the algorithm, turn that negativity into positivity, okay? But other than that, that's all I got. I'm going to do my best to be here more often, and I feel like it would be a lot more feasible if I'm allowed to just sketch like how I did here and just talk, but we'll see. I'm gonna try my best though. Okay, I'm gonna try my best. Like I'm trying to enter a new era of my life where I stop freaking out about everything. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna see how that goes. Thank you all so much for watching. Links to all my other socials in the description too. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good rest of y'all's day, okay? Bye bye.